removed security from me to expose me. It's government, so that I'm exposed. On arrival in Limuru, I had like 8, 10 young people as bouncers, private bodyguards without, none of them was armed. And we settled down, and in the VIP tent, on my side was Senator for Kiambu, Karungo Thangwa, and on my right was the immediate former MP for Limuru, Peter Mwathi. Suspiciously, the member of parliament for the area never sat with us. He sat across in another tent, and he was busy on the phone throughout because we were just seated directly opposite him. And everything went on very well until the speeches. When the Honorable Peter Mwathi was speaking, a few characters started shouting at him and created a commotion. And then some heavily built guys who are hooded and others with masks came to the VIP tent and brought down the tent where we were, removed the metal bars that hold the tent. Others had stones, others had sticks, and all charged towards me very viciously, menacingly. And that is when we realized there was trouble. And the guys around me surrounded me and put a human shield around me. And the local people, when they realized a problem, they also joined. So we were one big group. So all the stones that were being thrown towards me were stopped by the people who were with me, and they took me right inside my car. And 3 of my guys put me down inside the car, flat on the car, on the back seat, and came on top of me. So these fellows now came with iron bars. They were looking for me. And they hit one of the fellows on the head. In fact, he's still in the hospital. And others were throwing stones inside the car. And they were shouting in the Kikuyu language that Gonga Kichwa, Ua, and they were very vicious. In the whole of that funeral of a young man called Erastus, a friend of mine, there were over 2,000 people. Not a single police officer in uniform. A crowd of 2,000 people.
Before we go to the police, Your Excellency,
the former Deputy President, Mr. Gachagua, has come out to totally expose and bear accounts the events of the events where he was attacked by heavily built hooded men. On this day, Mr. Gachagua says that while he was seated, the area MP never sat in VIP, and the area MP is the main suspect according to Mr. Gachagua and allies. So they are alleging that this MP was seated on the opposite tent and he was busy on phone. So as the speeches were on, events unfolded which dumbfounded them. One of them is that young men came out and whisked the tent and decided to attack the VIP tent specifically. So Mr. Gachagua arrived with 10 men who were as bouncers and they were overpowered. However, they managed to whisk him and take him to the car. And that begs the question, why can be a former deputy president be done like this? He used to have security, but as sources online are saying, from the events of Embu, that's when the police were withdrawn from Mr. Gachagua. And at the moment, it's no longer a pipe dream. The enmity is real, and there is somebody who wants Rigathi Gachagua to be silent. And the question is, who might it be? Now, there are several sources indicating that his political rivals feel that Mr. Rigathi Gachagua's existence in the political scene despite impeachment is going to make them really find a hard time come 2027. This is because Mr. Rigathi Gachagua is now rallying across MPs who voted for his impeachment, especially from the Mount Kenya region. And at the moment, the ground seems to be supporting Mr. Rigathi Gachagua. And Majority of the MPs who voted yes, especially from Mount Kenya, have already faced the fire. We saw what happened to the Nyeri town MP, who when he attended a confrontation between Matatu operators and the Nyeri county government, he found himself unwanted and he was uninvited. So they heckled him badly. We saw what happened in Muranga during a funeral. Associates of President William Ruto were really heckled, and that sends a very strong message that indeed the ground is still very hostile.